because I'm going to play with steam. We have to steam this. Okay, but I have to say hello. I see Arlene is here, and Sue's is here, and Charlotte's here, and Raymond, and James Steele, and Charlotta, and Peruta. She made it. She didn't sleep in. We can all finally breathe. We're having proper autumn with buckets of rain, she says. My poor husband is lamenting his inability to get laundry dry. Did you know you could dry yarn? I mean, you could dry clothes, wet clothes outside in the winter, in the snow. It's a thing. Like, it turns into like a frisbee, but you can do it. Ingunn is here. Hey, det är länge sedan, Ingunn Jarland. Storklem. Big hug for you too. And Heidi Lisa's here, and Max is here, and Albert's here. Albert sent me a really cool link. It was just like this one, these little TikTok video or a YouTube shorts, I think it was, or Facebook short with plant dyeing. And a guy, it was a guy, so you know it's cool. He goes and just picks off some bark, and he picks off some, hey Jam, and he picks up these little warts on, what are they called? Acorn works on, or oak galls on an oak tree. That's some like little bug thing anyway. It looks like a little hive. And he throws some of those in there, and he throws these in different little pots. Albert, you're going to have to share the link. Anyway, actually, no, I think I can, because I have my YouTube open here. It was quite cool. Just to see if it works, and it was interesting to see he did the oak gall and the iron, and he got a dark gray, almost purplish as he thought it looked. Let's see. Oops, I'm opening up. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to copy the link. There we go. Copy. It's not copying, it's replying. Damn it, I suck at this. Copy link. There we go. This was the little video. Okay. Anyway, so it was kind of cool to see what kind of different results he got. But he did something really different. Maybe it's a guy thing, but to test the yarn that he was going to dye in each one of these pots, he just took a little sample of yarn and put it around this little wire thing. So the wire looks like this, and he just kind of wraps it around in the middle, and he got a little speckling in it too. He said, Albert says he does a lot of woods in food stuff, and it's quite interesting. It was kind of fun to see anyway, so check it out and see what he got. He got his friend with a knitting machine to make little swatches so you can see how it knits up, and you can see the little flecks. But as you know, when I plant dye, I like flecks. I think it gives the color some definition. So anyhow, but it was quite cool to see, so I put the link in there. Susan Youngman's here from from the Adirondacks. She's in Adirondacks again. It's actually been pretty nice weather here too in Norway. We're in Gudvangen, of course. I have no idea what the temperature is, but it's not bad. It was snowing up in the mountains when we drove back from Celia last night, but anyway. Oh, and Karsten and Doro's here. Lots of people here. And Anne Moreau, she made it. Okay, we're gonna steam block this thing. So this, I'll show you up here. I got the iron ready and everything. I see a Karl behind me. Okay, we're gonna steam block this one. So this is the Skansen stitch. This is the Finnish 1+3, but this one you do M2. So you have to look back a couple of weeks to see how we did that.
Then I'll be with you in 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, I see you got your beer ready, but where's your glass? No answer. Okay. Anyways, this is what it looked on the right side, and this is what it looked on the technical wrong side. So, but we're going to steam block it. So when I do this, I've got the iron, and I got a wet cloth. This is wet. I don't know if you can see it. Pretty wet. Okay, and if I can do this, I won't need Karl to film it. Let's see, we'll put this down, and let's see, I need to turn my gimbal. It's wanting to stay. Maybe it will work. There we go. Okay, so you can kind of see what I'm doing there then if I have it here. Not wanting to bend down. There we go. Okay, we'll just move it up a bit. So this one, I put the wet cloth on top. I don't want to hit the sides. So but you can kind of see where those sides are anyway. This beautiful, wonderful towel we have. And then you just do that. Just up and down. But I don't want to go all the way to the edge. That's it. No sliding, just up and down, and then you're putting steam in it. And this is something my mom told me I have to do with knitted stuff because it makes it look so much more professional. So this is you can see it's steaming still. This is the blocked side. And the unblocked side is a little bumpier. But if you have any little imperfections, it kind of tends to fix those things. Sizzling over there. So now we'll do the other side, so then or the middle part, so now I'll switch it so it's halfway, so this is blocked and this is not. Maybe if I do it this way, that looks better. I'm gonna put the cloth on it again. This is the easiest way I know to do this. Let's see, we don't want to get the thing on melt the gimbal. There we go. And another quarter turn. I was going to do this outside with a pot, because technically you could just put a hot pot on it and do it the exact same way. But use the cloth. It kind of protects your yarn from, especially if you have any acrylic or anything, you don't want it to melt. And you don't want it to stick to the iron either. Which this is not the cleanest iron. So also you don't want any dirt from the iron to get on it. And the last one there. And then it'll be all better, and then I can put it in the shop and feel good about myself. This is a pointy top one, though. There. Ooh, hot. But that's what it looks like. So I don't know if you can see any difference, but for me it just feels a little bit better. And the inside should still be pretty much the same. But it kind of smooths everything out a little bit. So if you like, oh God, I really like that. I like the color. Let's see. Yeah, and don't do the edges or you end up with pressed pleats hat. Yeah, so that's why I was only doing in the middle here. I would do like there, 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 and then flip. I can't do the top. The top's just going to have to be the way it is. However, I have a trick for that too. Maybe not with a pointed top though. But if you want to do the top, let's see if we put this back down again. You can do the top. I know, I love that green. It's my favorite. So in order to get that green, I'm not very good at it. I buy yellow yarn, like Easter yellow, and then I just dye it green and I get that. But I have these little twists in it so that it doesn't dye evenly. So that's my favorite. But that's my trick for doing that. So here's the hat I was doing in Arboga a little bit in January, a little swatch of it to see how this yarn would react. So if I was going to make a hat, and this will be a hat, but this will be a flat top, but I wanted to block it before, then I can actually block it now. It was actually pretty straight, or pretty smooth already actually, but I think that's just the way that stitch works. But then you can block it while it's at that stage. If you have a little bit of a bump in the middle, that'll fix it, by the way. That's one way to kind of fix it. It's like a little cheat. But you can see how much flatter it's sitting now. And it had a little bit of a curve to it before. See, everybody likes the green. I like the green too. This was some Swedish yarn, this one. I forget where this was from, but some old stuff I had. And it's rescued because it was with the elements a little too long, so I had to reboil all the wool. And some of it was in pieces, but it turned out pretty nice. Anyway, so that's how you can do the flat top if you want. But then now when I keep needle binding it anyway, it'll already still be blocked up here. And this was the technical wrong side with Arboga. The spiral is my favorite part. And then I have the one I'm still kind of playing with now. This was also Broden, but this was using Alsike, which is instead of, well, it's still Finnish 1+3, which I can show you in a minute, but you have to do a plated edge, and then you have to connect with the X. This is the technical right side, and then this is the technical wrong side. I still have to sew in my end. But you can see I have this little bump here because it's a spiral, and I know actually I didn't spiral it, I just stuck in another piece there, see? I don't think I showed that last week. I literally just did a start there and made it really, and pulled the stitches really tight, and then just motored right over it. And by the time the hat is done, you won't really have noticed that that's uneven there. It'll start to smooth out a bit. But yep, so last minute decision. I wanted a little swirl of this blue in here. This is madder dyed. This is some simple, boring yarn that I had that Layla Fried dyed in the village with madder. And then I'm putting a little bit of this nice blue in there. Hey, Life Holman Kai is here too. Karl's got family representing. Okay, so this one, same thing. It's got a little bit of a bulge. I can fix it probably. Depends. Shall we see if it's too much of a bulge? This is like a total, that's what she said conversation. Anyway. It will get out most of it. It might come back a little bit, but... Ta-da. See? Not much. Well, I have to let it dry. It's a little steaming right now, but... so I don't get it. But it kind of got it out of there. So it's a little bit of a cheat if you have a slight bump in the middle. You can kind of fix it. But I'll play with this one a bit today outside and keep going on it because I kind of like the way this is looking. And then we can stitch on that one a little bit after when it's not so full of steam. And then I can show you the Broden stitch if you didn't see it last week or the week before that. So March has got a lot of weeks in it, a lot of Saturdays in it. And then we have to come up with a stitch for April, but I think we have one more Saturday. Yeah, we have one more Saturday before April. And then we did the color of the month. The color of the month was yellow, but I already finished my... Well, I didn't quite finish my yellow project, actually. I started it, but I don't think I brought it with me. I have to double check. No, I brought the yarn, but I didn't bring the project. It's like my blanket. No, I didn't. I brought it. I'm good. Okay. This was the color of the month project. This is regular Mommin, by the way. Just plain finish 1+3 F2, and then I can show you actually on this one. There you go. Raymond's the awesome color of the month secretary and stitch of the month secretary. We're going to have to come up with a new month thing next time to make it really hard for him in 2025. I heard he was behind on his blanket, which is good. I'm behind on my mood blanket too. And then my kids are coming today after YouTube, so I probably won't get much done this week either. There we go, we'll start with this. And this is a spiral. You can see, I should probably block that too. Well, I'll block it when it's done. But this is Mommin, this is the right way. Just regular Mommin F2. I mean, Broden F2, sorry, Broden F2. Finish 1+3 F2. So, if you haven't seen it, before we go get Karl drunk, let's see. You got one loop on the thumb, that's the first one. And then you have the next second, third, fourth on behind your thumb. Okay, and then you connect with one new one and one old one. One new one, one old one from the front. Then you take the second, third, and the fourth loop away from you. Turn and go under the first loop and under the leader yarn and then pull through. And that's just regular Broden. Ta-da! Oh, PJ made it! So there you go, F1, F2. I can't do too many stitches on here because I'm still supposed to be increasing. So that's really, really quick, but go on to Nylockentut if you want to see how to do that one properly. A little bit more slower and with a lot of pretty music. She does really good videos. So, there you go, Mommin 3 ways. But look how nice it looks now. I mean, the color really shows because it's not as bumpy anymore. Finish one. Oh no, the Broden's not so complicated, I can speak. Because with Oslo, you have one behind the thumb, and then you turn and go forward. That's Oslo. With Mommin, or Corgan, you take the second and the third behind the thumb, and then go forward. And with Broden, you do this second loop, third loop, and if I can see it there, fourth loop, and then go forward. And each one just makes it a little bit more denser than the previous one. So if I'm using a thinner yarn like this, then Broden is something quite nice. So this is just different connections, but this one is just regular F2. You can go F1, but it would be just a little bit more loose. Anyway, so now I have to turn off the iron because it's really hot and steamy in here. It's probably Karl. Okay, Anyway, but that hat is now done. I'm putting it in the store. But there you go. I fixed my bump. I fixed the bulge, Karl. He'll come now. Okay, then we can go outside and watch Karl freeze. Because he's skinny, so he does that. I'm taking my yarn with me. I have to bring my wool back to the sheep that I borrowed yesterday. The reindeer fur I had from my house. So I have to go and bring it back. Let's see. Clean up my mess here. Does anybody ever have this happen? That's my hair. It gets stuck in my wool and I hate it. I guess if you have it in socks, though, it's a little bit of extra strength. Okay. You can turn it this way. Ah, there I am. Taking my wool. You coming, Karl? We have to give him some beer. And a mystery beer. I'm a bad person. Okay, we can go outside. You ready? You got your glass?
Mm-hmm.
You ready? Okay. Whoop. I'll turn it this way, then we can go outside. Just in case. Ah, I have to set the gimbal. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Let's see. It's not resetting. There it goes. Okay. We have to go and visit the sheep and see if they'll dance for us. Kai is here. Leiful is here. Lots of people are here. Is Karl trying for moody and mysterious today? He forgot his tunic in Celia. So he's got one less layer of clothing. Only 4 layers. So he's freezing and I'm like dying over here and sweating. Hey, Karl. Are you going mysterious and moody today?
No, I wasn't planning to.
I think it's because he saw my facial expression when I looked inside the box to see what kind of beer was in there.
Yeah, I know that's going to be some citrusy.
You have to open I have my hands full of beer and yarn. You have to open the door. And then we'll go outside. Has Karl started your YouTube channel yet? You were going to do that. Shame. We even brought the gimbal. Ah! Oh my God. Oh no, we have to show you who it is. When you open the door and you see an Isak. Oh, it's not turning. Just a minute. There. And you miss the needle. And you make the broken guy pick it up. There you go. I crapped a needle. Hi, Isak.
Hey, Karin.
Isak went and broke himself. It's good that they got the cripplest guy opening the door for me.
Yeah, that's...
Might be some leftovers for you today.
You want to come up and have a beer? Because I'm pretty sure...
What's in that box is going to be horrible.
Yep.
Because I saw her face when she looked.
He's not going to like what's in that box. But you're Swedish. You'll drink anything.
Yeah, sure. This is a good day. I had to move from Skansen again today, so I live in the container now.
Oh, no. Oh, did the containers come? Or...
No.
Oh,
I'm
no, but
taking the old one.
there'll be new ones soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go sit by the fire then.
Oh,
If
nice.
you want to come. Do you have a glass?
I will grab a coffee and I will go and come.
Okay. I promise the beer will taste worse than the coffee.
Right.
Oh, and then, of course, I forgot to bring the fur I was going to put back in the house. Okay. So it's been avalanching. That looks just pretty much the same, but there's new snow on there. You can see kind of layers if I zoom in. Whoop, wait a minute. There, you can see there's some new layers on each one there. We had a big one last night by our house. It was rumbling, but I don't know. Let's see if we can see the modern house. If you can see in the distance there, behind the building. Oh, look at that. It's getting a front on it now. He's been busy.
That explains these little holes, by the way.
Yeah, I just about dropped your beer. So what's the little holes for air?
No, you can use it as storage, but then you need somewhere to reach the things that are inside.
Ah, okay. Well, look at that. It's growing. And then up there, that's the avalanches that are there. Those avalanches are the ones that are dumping by the house where we're in. The one with internet and stuff. Okay, did you get the beer that I almost spilled? Nope.
This is going to be super enthusiastic when it's open.
Yeah, but you're going to start with a crappy beer anyway. You know that. Well, whatever the beer in the box is. So, Karl, there was a question. The sheep that we have and horses, etc. in the Gudvangen area, Norway in general. Were they always here, or did we bring them?
Well,
We meaning humans.
always is a very long time. But the sheep and the horses of Norway are local breeds, so at least I've been here for long enough to kind of develop a unique appearance, which means we are much, much, much further back than history.
What about these guys? He's looking pretty old. No, he's 7. Oh, we've got Freeman over there, so maybe that's not the best place to sit if they don't want to be on. The villagers are returning. If you can see them over there, it's brothers and sisters. Brother and sister. You guys are cute! You have to wave, we can barely see you. So there ya. Extra tall women in Norway.
In case they don't want to be on YouTube, let's just film them and yell, "You guys are cute."
That's what's always better. Yeah, but no, you can't see who they are. There you go. There's Grotas over here. No, this is Svarten, sorry. He's got like a big white shear on his side now. He doesn't know which color he wants to be, light or dark. These guys are so ready to be sheared. Look how puffy he is.
We were headbutting each other a little bit when I was guiding the first group today.
He wants to know if you're going to share the beer. Oh, there they go. No, maybe not. Did you guys get new hay on the ground too? Yeah. Amazonians in Gudvangen, says Raymond. We were cheating. Hi. There he is. You want me to pet you? I can pet you if I find a hand here. Let's see how deep your hair is getting. You want to snuggle? Yeah? I'm not very Viking today. I'm wearing a sweater. You're going to headbutt me? Oh, no, you're going to let me pet you. Good guy. Well, we can see if they play later. Look how deep that was getting. His hair is growing so fast. Beautiful. Okay, are you all feeling scratched up now? Yeah, but you can see if you look in between here. It's actually really good to see. You can see how the wool naturally sheds. It separates. Now this big stuff here is the tuft that wants to come off. Oh, he's a good boy. He's so fluffy. We said that last week too. Okay. Bye you. We're going to go and sit down and give Karl beer so he can be fluffy too. You're going to start a new one, says Max. Okay. Oh, they have a nice little fire. So the Freemen are returning. I got YouTube on. Is it okay? Oh, Mom's not here yet. But you can see the fire anyway. Lager dere mat?
Ja.
Hva slags mat lager dere?
Og boller.
Er det boller? Ah, there you go. Norwegian bullet or buns. Hva brukte du I deigen?
Med pizzadeig.
Oh, the pizza deig. So it's very Viking. Pizza dough. That's smart though. That was smart. Var det godt å være tilbake da?
Ja.
Ja, det var bra. You want to wave? Look at that. There they are. Hi. Okay, vi skal gi det litt fred. Where can we sit?
Go over to the bar.
We can go to the bar, the archery bar. Okay, the archery bar that Roger made. Okay. And then, let's see, we'll put the gimbal down so I can put all the crap in my hands down. We can look at the beautiful avalanche in behind there. Nope, it's Karin carrying all this crap. Okay. So there's the beer.
That is sad misery you have in that box.
Just a minute, I put my stuff down. And wool, and it used to be blocked. I probably have to block it again now. It's got flat. No, it stayed flat. It develops a memory. Okay, then I gotta catch up on chat too. I see I'm spilling my wool everywhere here too. Change of plans. I'm just gonna continue with the fingerless gloves I'm making. Oh, there's some conversation there I gotta catch up to. That's what Max said. Well, I just keep starting new plans. Okay, then, oh, it's dripping on me. Come over here, Karl. There we go, better background. Okay, Karl gets to drink. Box number 18, which has absolutely no meaning. in the Christmas calendar anymore. Do you want to see? What does it look like?
Bloodies and lime. So it's two of my least favorite things to put in beer.
Berries and lime. It should be good. Let's see. I'll put this box down here.
And
So
this
it doesn't blow away.
time I'm just taking a moderate amount into my glass because we can give the rest to the
We can
Swede.
give the rest to the Swede. He'll drink anything. And then we'll see how. Oh my God! It smells like bubble gum.
Smells like Red Bull.
No, it's like even worse than Red Bull. Oh, look at the color! Through the green glass, it still looks super pink. You gotta hold that up. Look how pink that looks. Don't forget, you gotta drink all the snobbles. The snoots. Let's see. This is what he's having. Bulmer's crushed red berries and lime. English style cider.
Yeah. Now, thank God it was a cider and not a beer, because as a cider you can put things like that in it.
Why does it say alcohol 4.5% and then alcohol 4%? One is ALC, so United States alcohol is 4.5%, but ALK, Norwegian alcohol, it's only 4%? That makes no sense to me. I've never seen that with the two different percentages on there.
You can
Poor
measure
Karl.
you can measure percent by volume as you do in Norway, but you
Yeah.
can also measure it by mass. So it is possible you get that much of a difference if you measure it by mass.
Where's this one from, by the way? It says there's apple in here, too. No, I have no idea where this is brewed.
This is something I think Greg would like.
I think usually this one is, yeah, this name brand I think is usually a cider or something. Number 17 recipe, in case you were wondering. No, I don't know where it's from. You have to look at it. Established. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. Best before Belgium? No. There's an address. Best för Utgången av Sebunnen, produced by Ciderie Stasen. I don't know how to do that.
Stas doesn't.
Yeah. Rudecon 7, 4880, Obel, Belgium, for Heineken. This is a Belgium thing, Anne. She's probably screaming in there, I know what it is! Okay, so we're saving that for the Swede.
No, but considering it's a cider, it's not horrible.
No?
It's a cider that tastes like a cider.
Only
so
pure cider
as long
for
as
me?
you're not expecting a beer, it's fine.
I gotta catch up on chat now. We got lots here for you while we're waiting for Isak. Let's see. Oh, there's lots of people here. 27 of you today. And Moreau made it just in time to see. Albert says he's drinking Irish Golden Ale, 5.4% volume. Well, if you're gonna go that way, I can. Let's see. I do this way. Oops! I just blew the box. I just blew the box. The box just blew on the ground. Life Alma says he'll still mean fight the fatted. Yeah, Carl's looking pretty fat these days. Says hello to my fat cousin. Raymond says don't do the edges. Yeah, we're talking about with the steaming. Jen is here. Jem is here. Sorry, I saw that one before. Doro is here. Kaya says hello from Tregde. We're at 6 degrees and rain, and it seems like spring is here for real, and it's getting greener by the minute. It was snowing up in the mountains when we were driving home, but it was like this wet not really Star Wars snow, but wet snow. Not for kids, says Raymond. So we put kids on. I'm a bad person. Albert says, I need to ask her to help me dye my diamond twill I have. Yep, no, Lila will be here actually for Easter. So she'll be here next weekend, and maybe she'll do some plant dyeing. So that would be a good day. Albert, there's a house that became available. One person got sick, so they're staying home. So that means one of these houses is available for Easter. But you gotta be a Viking. So you could come down. It's not too late. Remind Karl when he said, blood is thicker than water to me. Judging by the look on your face, this is a good story that I can needle bind to. He says, remind Karl when Karl said blood is thicker than water to me.
He's talking about the Turtagra incident. I think we have...
Come closer.
I think we talked about that before.
Turtigru? Well, remind us for those of us who weren't paying attention. Yeah?
Cliff notes. There are nudes of me in Japan.
Oh, the one where you decided to go running nude in front of a Japanese convention at some hotel.
Not it was a convention, but there was a lot of Japanese.
Yep, and apparently a lot of photo finishing. Roger's here. Hey, Roger and Nolvia. The house is growing a little bit bigger. It looks like you're gonna have more wind protection than we thought, so that's always good. Let's see. I'll have to go back up a bit again here. Pavlovian Biel Dressur. I like it. This is life. Sue says, has Karl started his YouTube channel? What is going on with the YouTube channel anyway, by the way?
I got distracted.
You got what? Distracted.
Yeah.
Are you going to shoot for us?
But yeah, no, I am doing it, but we are just not there yet.
Okay, if you're going to shoot, then I'm going to go around to the other side where it's not dripping on me. You're going to shoot with the longbow, the proper one. Show him. Oh, no, you're blocking the target. We can't see if you failed or not. It's only important if we can catch you failing. There we go. So proper longbow.
This is 50-pound draw weight, so it's a little bit heavy for me, particularly when I haven't used it much this season.
Yeah. I haven't shot at all yet this season. Oh, you got it like in the red. Blue. No, I think that's closer to blue. I don't know if you guys can see that.
I get myself a touristy bow instead. This is
Oop, there.
havoc on my fingers.
Can kind of see it there. Hej! Vi syntes pizzabollar var en väldigt god uppskrift. I told Doradai that her pizza dough recipe was a good call. Which one you try now? So these ones,
Took one of the touristy ones.
the touristy ones, yeah, but they're actually as close as we can get to historically accurate for the tourists to use. You want to show what it looks like?
But safety is more important than accuracy when it comes to this.
Yeah.
Because on that one you don't have a shelf, so you are resting the arrow on top of your knuckle.
Yeah.
And if one of the fletchings are coming off, you will get a cut in your knuckle. For people who know what they're doing, it's a non-issue. But when you have 1,000 untrained people every day, you're going to spend a lot of money on Band-Aid if you use that sort of bow.
Uh-huh. Hey, for newbies that don't know how to shoot an arrow, you want to show them what you're doing?
I'm putting the arrow on the shelf like this. Now I'm shooting right-handed. I would normally shoot left-handed, but I make sure that the fletching with a different color. If you look at the arrow, it has 2 fletchings of the same color and one of a different one. I'm making sure that the different one is pointing away from the bow like this. And then I use the tips of my fingers like this. And if I remember to lift my shoulder up,
Oh, that was actually a good angle.
I can pull back and shoot like that.
And you did better this time. You got it in the yellow.
And I do this many times per day.
Yes, because he's a pro.
Because
Don't try this at home, kids.
I normally prefer to shoot with the other hand, but
Yeah.
almost all the tourists are right-handed or shoot right-handed. So I demonstrated right-handed a lot more than I demonstrated left-handed. So
Yeah.
I shoot as good both ways now.
That's what he said.
I don't understand the innuendo.
No. This is why you don't use lazy man's thread. You think you're saving time, but you're really not. It just keeps getting tangled. Okay, I have to read more. That is a cider, says asked Albert. Yeah, it's a cider, it said. Max's change of plans. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, well that's right. We have to catch up more about that. Novia says bedhead sheep after Patsy. It is. He's got. I'm getting bedhead too here, by the way. Ooh, Albert bought some leather today. What did you get? And what are you gonna use it for? No. Arlene says she gets her hair stuck in her work even when it's in a ponytail or a bun. Yep, same thing. I mean, it's like this all the time, so I don't get it. Let's see, we're back to Moody and Mysteriously Karl. Ram says, I took my blanket out in public today and did some Nalbinding down by the river. That would be a good way to do it because then you feel like you have to finish it because everybody's watching you. I should do that. Karl makes it hot and steamy, says Pruda. We're back into the we're back into the blocking part. Anne's working on the 3rd of March. That's good. I'm still in February. See, PJ came. Let's see. And Kiwi's here too. Okay, we'll scroll back up here. Now I'm going backwards. If you got a question for Karl, by the way, we need to ring one out here. Ah, no, just that was the change plans. Okay. Arlene says I'm sitting outside too right now. It's 14 degrees. No, it's minus 14 degrees Celsius. Hvor varmt det här nu? Aye. They've only got one layer of wool on. It's fine. Var så värst. No, it's not that bad today. A little windy now that the sun, well, kind of went away. But it's a little bit of rain. You can see down the valley there. Well, kind of. The mountains are kind of hiding in the contrast. What are you gonna, did you try the new beer now? You're not waiting for me to give you a real one? Okay, so this one he went out and bought on his own. I dumped him off at the Vinmonopol in Voss while I went to go pick someone up. It's called Quadruple. Jesus, Karl. I wonder what made you pick this one. Look at him touching it like it's the Holy Grail.
It's Norwegian produced Belgian style beer, and they very rarely fuck that up.
It's got a nice color to it, not even pink. Little amber. It's from Gudvangen. You know that big cliff that Tom Cruise jumps off in Mission Impossible?
That's Preikestolen, and it's in Gudvangen.
Yeah. Helvetes Jurle is Helvete, you know. Helvetes Jurle with a GJ. Jurlet. What does that mean? Other well, hell, obviously, but
Jörl is
it's GJ. Also, if it was the GJ wasn't there, it would be Hell's
it's
Beer.
not exactly a canyon. It's very deep crevice in the mountain, like a canyon. Usually, it's the part that the river goes through. So the Hell's crack.
That sounds good. Hell's Crack. It's a 10% one, so he's. It's been nice knowing you. Better get the Swede to drink the other one. This one says, it's hard to see here in the light. It is a dark Belgian ale with hints. I see what you're doing here. It's because we don't have Lithuanian in the store, so anything with a Belgian flag, you are like a fly on shit, aren't you?
Yes, but that's because I know that whenever you find something, there is inevitably citrus in it.
I don't know what he's talking about.
You're not so concerned about the citrus that you're not even concerned about the bear parts. You end up giving me a citrusy cider.
I speak for the people. Poor things. This is, but this one, it says, is a dark Belgian ale with hints of dried fruits and marzipan. Stored for more than 6 months, it offers an intriguing mixture of nuances to tickle your senses. Recommended served at 10 to 13 degrees Celsius and probably not dropped on the ground outside here just before you pour it. No, but, so, do you get the marzipan and the citrus? I'm just working on my knot here.
Don't get any marzipan, and I would be very surprised if I got any citrus.
Did you just hiccup? Okay, gotta get you some more
But
here.
this is good. This is really good.
Hell's Ravine, says Garcia.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's,
Garcia's got it right. That's a nice looking glass. Yeah, do you want to talk about the glass again? We haven't talked about that one in a while. It is not really locally blown. It is blown, Sweden. But it's from, no, that one's Denmark.
What?
That glass is from Denmark. But it should be, yeah, it's hand blown.
It's probably from the Czech
it's hand blown.
Republic,
You can see
like,
on the bottom.
the other ones.
Yeah, it depends where they have them
Assuming,
produced. But the company is from Denmark. We get it from,
Yeah, but you get Czech glass whether you buy them from Denmark or Sweden.
yeah, it's because it's too expensive here, I guess. Oh my God, the price of glass has gone up massively this year.
Yeah, but the price
Between
of
this year and last year. I think it's because of the
everything has gone up,
electricity bill for heating the damn thing, but it is a hand blown glass. Okay, now tell them what what it is.
This type of glass is called a clawbeaker. The period after the fall of the Roman Empire is often called the Dark Ages because people kept forgetting how to do things. But glass blowing survived for a long time, particularly on the British Isles. Until all the towns that knew how to do it mysteriously burnt up in the 700s and 800s. I wonder whose fault that was.
Don't know what you're talking about. And why do you like this glass? This is your favorite.
Well, this type of glass is called a clawbeaker in English. But this is one of the rare cases where I think the Norwegian word is better and more descriptive.
Like claw.
The Norwegian term and the Swedish term is snabelbeger, meaning trunk beaker, because I would say that the Norwegians have this right. These things look more like the trunk of an elephant than the claw of, well, anything.
The reason I like that one is because it's got the blue accents on it. The other ones we have don't have accents on it.
Back in 2012, when I was working in Georg's shop in Flom, I had a very long and annoying conversation with a customer who just flatly refused to believe that the blue glass existed before 1705 or somewhere around there. Because it's blue because of the base element cobalt. And I didn't know about cobalt before that time. As I ended up saying to him, I didn't know about oxygen either, but I still somehow managed to breathe. They just discovered that a type of sand gives a particular color. And I had even glass earrings from Egypt 2,000 years before Christ are bright blue. So yeah, you don't have to know it's called cobalt to use cobalt glass.
The Björka glass is what, 600? Found in a grave, and it has a blue rim on it. One of the Björka glasses.
Yeah, no, they, as
That's the
I
one
say,
with the yellow striping going through it too. So how'd they get the yellow?
yellow, I don't know.
I stumped him.
I never looked that up because I never had a customer I had to argue with, argue about it.
That 10% is hitting you a little bit there.
Yeah, maybe it's the lack of sleep.
Yeah, no, we got home really late. And then I decided to paint a picture. One of the Gulgubba, or the foil figures, the pair. So I had to paint them. Turned out pretty good. Okay, so archery and beer, this should be a good combination. Gwendy is here. Gwendy is gonna. You should be here. There's a house available. She's from. They were from. Was it Holland or was it Germany? No, it was Holland. She brought the chocolate with the beer in it, with the mead. That you liked that one. It was good. We had it in the refrigerator and we had to savor it. So it was like once a month we would have a piece of chocolate with this mead in it. And it was so good. Nope. So you guys have to come back here. Oh, my screen's going a little darker again, but so I might have to.
But you have to learn the difference between the Germans and the Dutch.
It's been a while. Give my brain a second. I just figured out how to undo a knot. Oops. There we go. Sorry. Undid my knot finally. Okay, I have to turn this because I can't see my screen. It went dark. Or darker. Let's see. There. Check that. Sorry. There we go. Okay, look at a mountain for a minute. Then I can see. Why did it just go dark? It just kind of hazed.
Are you running out of battery, maybe?
No, it just does it sometime with the light. Let's see. Albert says he bought leather for some small projects and got 5 for 1,000 kroner. Oh, wow. You got a lot of small projects you can make. Sounds like you need to come here and make some Viking stuff, and then you can sell them in the village as long as they're Viking. So there you go. Albert says he also needs to remember to commission the Swede leather guy to make him a quiver. Hey, who was the Swede leather guy? Do you know this one? Karl?
No. But this is your department, not mine.
Trying to think which one is the Swedish leather guy. Also, I'm reading in reverse here, so this doesn't help. Albert says his bow is 50 pounds and hasn't been able to use it, and his arrows are at his parents'. Well, we got arrows here you can try with. And he says he can't come out here on that short notice. I'm not accepting that as an excuse. PJ's DNA is about 40% Scandinavian. I want to do his DNA test to see. Because one of my former employers, thought that I had... oh, there we go. Now it's getting a little lighter. I thought that my ancestors from Poland and Germany or whatever must have been raped by a Viking. But there is an adoption in my bloodline, so about 4 generations back. So anything could happen. Peruta says, just cracked open the lay bottle of mead left over from my wedding 10 years ago, and it tastes amazing. Does mead ever go bad with age, Carl? Or is it one of those things that can get better?
I shouldn't think so. Honey has an almost eternal life expectancy, and when you add alcohol to it, it's even less appealing to bacteria.
And says, let's see, I'll go this way a little bit. So you get a little something different to look at. There we go. I gotta remember the gimbal works backwards. I have no idea. I know obel only from Parensirup. Does that sound familiar? We were talking about that earlier. Okay, I think I got a little bit further back. For the fingerless gloves and Nalbinding, I know it's not traditionally made without fingers, but I'm not sure if I could get the fingers or not. When I did the fingers on Karl's, I did them separately. I made these little tubes that fit from here to here. And then I made a row, and then kind of that goes around here, a couple of rows, like maybe 3 rows, and then I just whip stitched them on and then closed them up in the middle. So that was one way of doing it. It worked. It was just a check, but that one actually is in the tutorial. Sue's made an orange mead after 2 years of sitting. It went bad. Oh my FG. Not for kids. Okay, so just oh my fucking god, it was bad. Eh. Oh, he said it went bad the moment you put oranges in it. That's, him speaking for the fruit. Hva det beste stinget å bruke på sokker med tint garn? Says Ingun. What is the best stitch to use with socks if you're going to use thin yarn? The one that we had here, the Mammen one the Broden one with the 3 loops behind the thumb. Oh, there it went brighter again. That one could work. Depends on which stitch you like doing. Let's see, I'll go around this way again. Whee! A little too fast. Okay. And then naturally I threw my yarn on the floor and it followed me. It's like fishing. Going to find it. There it is. Okay. I don't know how my yarn gets tangled. Okay, so this is a bit thinner. It depends on how thin your yarn is. The other thing is I'm working with the spiral here, so I keep... Try that again. I'm working with a spiral, so I keep wrapping my yarn around the other one. And I thought I caught it, but maybe I have. Yep, I did. This is not good. Let's see. This way, I think it goes. Okay, so this one is this thin, and the density is like this. You can make a little swatch, but if you make a swatch, make at least 3 rows, and you can just do a tube. And the middle row, when you do 3 of them, will determine how thick it is. This is Alsike with which is the same as. So you got the first loop here on the end. First loop goes there. Then you got the second loop, third loop, and the 4th loop. This is Broden, where you go. 3 away and then turn and go forward. But with Alsike, it's the exact same thing, but you go under this one instead, and then that makes your yarn edge go this way. Kind of like this, not this. And then you can go do this under the X thing. There's like a place where it crosses. So that's what I was doing for fun on this one. But anyway, if you're doing Oslo with the thin yarn, obviously Oslo is going to be too thin if you're thumb tensioning. There's another, you can needle tension. So if you're using a thin needle and you do your Oslo, you take it off your thumb before you pull it through, and then you tension the yarn like that, and then finish your stitch, and that'll make all your stitches much smaller. So if you like using Oslo, you can do that with a thin stitch, just needle tension. Another thing you can do, even with the needle tensioning, is you can do F2. This is a little wrong way here to show you, but this is the stitch I was just in. So, and this would be the next one. It looks a little backwards because of the plated edge. So if I took one new one and one old one, in this case, it would be this way, but normally that way. And one new one and one old one, when you join, that'll make it a little bit more dense yet. So that's one way of doing it. And another one is just start adding loops. So with Oslo, you have 1 loop behind your thumb, But if you want to make it a little more dense, you can do 2 loops behind your thumb. And if that isn't working, then go 3 loops. Another one is Finnish 2 + 2, which is really good. Now you're getting a lot of information at once here, so you're going to have to go back and rewind and slow it down. Finnish 2 + 2 F2 I like for thin yarn. I think that's kind of my go-to. So that one you also work over the last 4 loops. But you take the first one and put it on your thumb, and then you take the second one and put it on your thumb. So now you have 2 here. And you have the third one and the fourth one behind. So for this one, you'll do your F2 connection, new one, an old one. Then you turn and you take the third and fourth loop behind your thumb, and then go under the first and the second one, and under this one. And that also makes a really nice dense stitch for thin yarn. Finish 2 + 2. What's your guys' favorite? That's mine anyway. But now I have to like fix my tension here so that it matches. Standing in the smoke. It smells like smoke fire. There. But that's what I'm doing on this one. But this was just to see. I wanted to finish the hat. Sorry. So I'm doing the Alsike, which is the same as Broden, but with a plated edge. And the under the X join, because Karl likes under the X. And I have to remember to increase now and then so I don't end up with that little bulge I had to iron out.
Of course your ex gets a bulge if you crawl under them.
So, not for kids, Raymond, he says. I don't know if you could hear because it's on the wrong side of the microphone. Of course your ex gets a bulge if you crawl under him. Dork. Anyway, so that's why it has a little different look. We'll stare at the avalanche here. We're staring at the avalanche while I read. Not for kids, definitely, says Raymond. See, he likes it when it's not for kids. Actually, the other reason I have to, oops, there we go, is to make it not for kids is because, I can do this. There we go, avalanches. There's no avalanche. But the other reason I make it not for kids is because you can't comment. You can't have a chat if it's made for kids.
Yeah, but how would we like needle binding for kids? That sounds like a challenge.
I've taught kids before how to needle bind. Let's see, we'll go over here. And then they can hear you too, Karl. And we'll see if our house falls under the snow. But you can see it's kind of misty over there. That's actually smoke from the fire on the left, though. Let's see. There, that's a pretty picture. Okay. Tell Karl, tell Karl the scurvy gods are listening. Because of what you said about the orange. They're not happy with you. How dare you insult the orange mead. We're going to put her in that house up there. And yes, we have to say again, Gwendy says we have to say hello to Georg too. We will. He had to run off and pick up his daughter this morning, or this evening, so he's off already.
He was going to the cinema.
Okay. Nella says, Ingunn, det är väldigt mycket vad det betyder med tungarn. Om det är 400 meter eller 100 gram, du behöver minimum 6 örglar. Eller du borde nålbinda utan tommelen. She's saying in Swedish, Nella's from Finland. Ingunn, it depends on the, or how thick the yarn, what you decide to do with the thin garn. I think I made it rather right. Det berör väldigt mycket vad det betyder med tungarn.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah, it means a lot with what you do with the thin yarn.
I understand
If it
Swedish
is-
perfectly. She wants to buy 6 lizards and cut her tombas off.
Oh my god, you're a horrible Norwegian. Fail. Okay. If it is 400 meters and 100 grams, you would use a minimum of 6 loops. And that then you just don't use your thumb, which is talking about the needle tensioning. See, I can still do Swedish. We lost our Swede, by the way. It's probably because I heard him when I made him pick up my needle.
He's just moving very slowly.
Sue says, you can insult the orange mead all you want. It was horrendous. Laugh out loud. Okay, reading more backwards here. Max says, I can't have any due to my meds and kidney transplant, but I could ask one of my relatives if they could try it, the orange mead, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's beautiful with the snow, so it's starting to melt and come down now. What was it, about 2 a.m., 3 a.m.? It shook again outside the house. I think we're going down.
Yeah.
The house has been there over 100 years, but it doesn't mean it needs to continue. But it's been avalanching. We're like literally under those avalanches over there. Or maybe just a little around the corner. I like it with the smoke in here. It looks kind of cool. the smoke from the fire. I should take a picture of this. Anyway, Sue says, I made an orange mead and after 2 years of sitting in my bed. Oh, yeah, we already read that one with the big swear words and everything. Yeah, I think I caught up. Karl, did you have, I thought I have another question for you. What do you call those, stored properly, it shouldn't go bad, he writes. What do you call those, on an oak tree, they called it oak gall. It's not an acorn, but it's like with the acorn had a ball. That's what he did in that little video. I linked it up in the chat though. That little video he threw this thing called oak galls, not oak balls, but it looks like oak balls. Oak galls, and it may be an insect or something kind of makes it and throws it into a pot. And he adds iron, and he gets really dark gray, almost with a hint of purple look.
I have no idea what that is.
I was just wondering what an oak gall is called in Norwegian. Yeah, it's very atmospheric today. Oh, Ragnhild Anderson is here! Yay! She's coming to visit soon. So we're right at the beginning. Now we had 2 houses last night. One was just for the evening because of the bad weather up over the hill, though. And the other one's here for until Easter, and then there's more coming tomorrow, and then more on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. And by Friday we're gonna have a full village. So Saturday we'll have to have a party. And another fun thing, Ann Decker is out to turn it. Ann Decker, yeah, there. Ann Decker's gonna try to come if she can. In April, and then if we get her to do it, we'll see if she can't hold a little lecture in this hall behind me here. It's warm. Karl's down the hatch over there. How was it?
It's very, very good.
You look very, very happy. Is it quadruple?
It's quadruple.
Yeah.
And that actually gave me an idea for, you know how I usually insult at least one nationality every time.
Who's the one you're gonna? You've been insulting Sweden now.
I haven't insulted Sweden enough for today, I think.
Okay.
But what suddenly occurred to me that I was thinking of Belgium in particular because I have a Belgian revolver that is an incredible feat of engineering.
How Viking of you.
And I'm a big fan of Belgian bear. So maybe my first episode on YouTube will be a tribute to Belgium.
Oh my God, you're gonna totally get this thing canned again.
No, I'm not breaking any rules right now.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
that's good.
It is allowed to brag about Belgians without breaking YouTube's terms and services, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I see you're kind of sitting in the shadow. That is just my screen, so we'll turn it again. Because it was really pretty here. Look. And if we go up, maybe. It's just like it suddenly appears out of nowhere. And the old wool hanging out on the side of the fence there. By the way, our freemen can come and take as much wool as they want to. Trenger du ull då today? Ja, vi kan ta ned en pose, må bare vaske det, men det går jo. Ja, det kan du gjøre med borte og vann der borte, så i spring, fra... Ja, det er jo bra da. Ja, fordi vi kommer til å få noe mer. We get more wool in April, I think. April or May, from the sheep from our land. They bring about 15 bags of it, otherwise they just chuck it in the woods. Not the bags, but the wool. So, and then our freemen get to take a whole bunch of it home with us because it's way too much for us to process, but you know, it's better to use it than to lose it, I think. And then we have to shear our sheep too soon. So next week is going to be on the 30th. Is that right? What day is it today? 23rd?
I can check my calendar.
Check your calendar.
But I know that Monday is the 1st.
Yeah? Yeah, Monday is the 1st, so, and then the day before would be the 31st, that's Sunday. It's the 30th, because I believe, if I remember correctly, I believe we change our clocks on the 31st here.
Yep, we do.
Leap forward into spring, which means there will be about an hour difference. I don't know, USA, sometimes they do it the week before, sometimes they do it the week after. So it's something to keep in mind. But we should be okay for Saturday. It's the following week, then that'll be a problem.
Next Saturday is the 40th,
Yeah. Let's see. I'll go close to the thing again. Sue says, when I was 19, I met a beautiful Belgian man in Spain, and I wondered what happened to him. He was gorgeous. Anne, is that your husband that you... Anne married him. Regina Anderson says, vi gleder oss til å flytte inn på onsdag. Yep, you're going over in that house over there behind the Norwegian Vikings, I believe. No, not that one, but the one behind. That house, I believe you have that one. I remember you liked it anyway, so. But then you can see the new building up on the top of the hill there. If you go back to the beginning, we didn't really cover it this week, but we did last week. Oops, there. in the week before at the very beginning or so. See my, oop, wrong way. Everyone's gonna puke. There, do you see it? That's the new building gone in. It's a pit house. It's half underground. We've decided if they were really, really desperate for a place to sleep, they could probably sleep in there, but it's like, well, the little people will fit in there. We've already discovered that. Because there's probably, you know, there's like 3 benches around a fire in the middle. So that will be quite fun. Oh, are you ready to fight their kid again?
Who's kid?
Ragnhild's kid. Remember the one with the sword necklace? I had to give him a sword necklace because he was good at fighting with you, or an axe, I think it was, I forget. I gave him a little necklace because he was good at kicking your butt. He'll be back. You better prepare, Karl. He's waiting for you. Let's see. Max says, maybe I could buy some more yarn sometime later tomorrow or Monday. Yes. Check the store hours, though, because I know in Norway everything kind of closes. And there's how many holidays this week? For a non-religious country, you guys have Thursday off. Was it Skjærtorsdag? Good Friday.
No, we are just non-religious in our head. We are very religious in our laws.
Yes, they take their cabin days very seriously around here. Anyway, but there's a lot of holidays, which means all the grocery stores and everything around here have different times. The grocery store next to us, Joker, is open every day, but maybe less hours. Oh crap, we were supposed to go buy pizza for the kids. We're horrible people. Okay, PJ says the 6-year-old smoking dragon mead is still good. Very smooth. Out here I'm picturing a 6-year-old smoking dragon mead. I read that completely wrong. I think I like my version better. Onsdag, torsdag, og fredag is holy days next week, yeah. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are holidays. And then, of course, the next Sunday. So, Karl, you're going to shoot one more while you probably shouldn't be doing that?
Dismantled the bows. So
You dismantled the bows. Yeah, I don't think you should shoot a thing. I was just wondering why he was going over to the archery. Let's see, we'll go zoom back. Ta-da. Because we're at 60 minutes, or a little, actually 62, so we should probably let people go. And then maybe I'll get some more needle binding done. I got that much done today. I spent more time untangling the yarn and then getting it tangled again. Anyway, but the blocking at the fun was, if you ever try that, let me know how it goes. You want to say goodbye, Karl? You turn it around. Oop. It's getting a little dark on my screen, but we can see. There you go.
bye-bye.
How are you? The beer's okay?
Yeah, no, I'm drunk.
So we'll see you next Saturday then. I have more writing juices, PJ. Yes, get writing. I have to read her book. It'll be fun. And Nella says, we only get Friday and the following Monday off. You know, in the United States, we don't get any of these days off. You just go to church or you get in trouble with the Catholics. It's true. But no, we don't get any days off. Horrible. Okay, I'll see you guys later.
There is your ball, woman.
Don't lose my ball of matter. Bye. Happy Easter soon.